Hello everyone, this is Dr. Frank J, and this is a review for exam 4, which covers chapters 17 through 22. That's the last exam for this class, for this course, okay? In chapter 17, I'm just going to highlight the key concepts, theories that you must, remember, understand and remember. So as to be able to answer questions in the test. Okay, again, the test will be 50 multiple choice questions. Okay, of course you can do that online in Blackboard. In chapter 17, we talked about integrated marketing communications and direct marketing. Basically, we talked about the promotional mix, and make sure you know that, right? And what is the IMC, integrated marketing communications, right? And then you need to understand the communication process, the 6 key elements there, okay? From the source to the message to receiver, feedback, response, noise, encoding, decoding, all those terms, okay? Communication source, message, channel, receivers, and feedback loop. And also, what is encoding? What is decoding? What is the field of experience? Response, feedback, and noise. Okay? Understand those terms. And also, you need to understand the 5 elements of the promotional mix. And you have promotional elements of advertising, personal selling, PR, sales promotion, and direct marketing, right? And you need to understand that they're mass or mass market oriented or customized, the cost, the strength of each, and the weaknesses of each. Okay? This chart is a good summary of all the different aspects. Then we talked about mass selling versus customized interaction and advertising. What is advertising? Right? It's a paid and it's non-personal. The advantages and disadvantages of advertising. Right? Personal selling. Right? What is personal selling? It's two-way flow of communication between buyer and seller. Right? And you need to also know the pros and cons of personal selling. Then we talk about publicity and PR, public relations. Okay? Pros and cons again. Then sales promotions. It's a short-term offer to help sell something immediately. Okay? Pros and cons. And direct marketing, direct communication with customers. What are its pros and cons again? Okay? Next, we talk about the product life cycle. All the products, most products, let's say, go through a life cycle stages. Okay, the introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Okay, you should understand that. And also the stages of consumers' buying decision: pre-purchase stage, purchase stage, and post-purchase stage. Okay. And also channel strategies, marketing channel strategies. There is a push strategy. There is a pull strategy. Push versus pull. One is promotion to channel members. The other is promotion directly to consumers. Make sure you know exactly the difference between the two. Okay? And how to identify target audience, right? How to do online behavior targeting. Okay? Talk about that. And also in the promotion objectives or in developing an AMC program, you need to consider the hierarchy of effects for the consumers. This goes through the effects are like awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, adoption, and advocacy stage. Okay. And this is setting promotion, how to set promotion budget. You can use percentage of sales, you can use a competitive parity, you can use all you can afford, or use objective and task budgeting. Make sure you understand those. Then we talk about direct marketing. right? The growth of direct marketing, the value of direct marketing. What's direct order? What's lead generation? What's traffic generation? Okay. That's chapter 17. In chapter 18, we talk about advertising, sales promotion, and PR more specifically. Okay. What is advertising? What is product advertisements? Okay. And there are three forms of product advertisements: pioneering or informational, competitive or persuasive, and three, reminder, okay, a product advertisement. And also there is institutional advertisement for institutions like universities, nonprofit organizations. Okay. The four forms: advocacy, pioneering institutional, competitive institutional, and reminder institutional. Okay. And the steps in developing ad program: you need to first identify your target audience, then your advertising objectives, what do you want to achieve, and set your budget. Okay. Also, developing and design your advertisement, the message is one, informational element and persuasive element in the content of the message. And also advertisers use different type of appeals. The common types of appeals include fear appeals, okay, and sex appeals, and humor appeals. Okay, make sure you understand those. Then advertising, the choices of media for advertisement, okay, print, radio, TV, right? And when you select your media, you need to consider audience, your product itself, your message, and the cost, and set your planning goals. Okay? There's terms, which are different terms for media buyers, like a reach. What is reach? What is rating? What is frequency? What is gross rating points? How is that calculated? And what is the CPM? Remember, it's not cost per million, it's cost per thousand. Okay? And different type of media alternatives, like TVs, right? Pros and cons. Televisions, what is the infomercial, okay? And radio, 15,000 stations nationwide, okay? What's the peak time? The stripe time, right? Pros and cons. Magazines, over 7,000 magazines, a lot of 200 at least every year emerging. Pros and cons. And newspapers, so local medium, current events, call for actions, online and mobile editions, and the new type of news organization coming, emerging. Okay? Yellow pages, what's yellow pages? Yes, people still use yellow pages, okay? Pros and cons, make sure you know that. Outdoor advertisement, billboards, digital billboards, transient advertising on buses, trains, okay? And pros and cons. Other media, place-based, out-of-home advertisement, and the locations that attract target audience in different places. And also in schedule your advertisement, you can consider, you can use a continuous or steady schedule, or you can use a flighting schedule versus a pause or burst schedule. Make sure you understand, what they are. Okay? Then in developing your advertising program, you need to consider pre-test your advertising. Okay? What is a portfolio test? What is a jury test? What is a theater test? Okay, excuse me. As to the agencies that work on advertisement for companies, if companies don't have in-house advertising department, there is a full service agencies, there's a limited service agencies, and in-house agencies. Okay. And then we talk about consumer-oriented sales promotions, coupons, use coupons, deals, price deals, premiums. What is the premiums? Yeah. and something of value, additional, right? And what's self liquidating, right? And also what is contest, okay? And sweepstakes and samples, free samples. Okay? When should you use free samples? Source samples on what kind of products is most prevalent. Okay? Loyalty programs, you know, rewards programs, frequent flyers, frequent usage, frequent miles. Excuse me. Okay? There is also the sales promotion point of purchase, POP displays, signs, rebates, which cash rebate, right? Product placement in movies or TVs. Okay? Then we talk about trade-oriented sales promotions. That's the merchandise allowance, cash allowance, free goods, finance allowance, free allowance, etc. Okay? What is cooperative advertising? Between whom? Okay? Publicity, the tools of publicity, news release, news conference, public service announcement, PSAs, etc. Then in chapter 19, we talk about the social media and mobile marketing to connect with consumers. This is probably you guys' specialty. You're very familiar with that. Social media, what is social media? Okay? Social network, how social media came about. Was a Web 3.0, blog, wikis, and user-generated content, UGC. So you know that. How to classify social media, the media richness or self-disclosure. Okay? This example of social media classified by media richness and self-disclosure. The richness could be low, medium, or high, and then self-disclosures could be low, medium, or high. And you can see where the social media you're most familiar with are located on this chart. Okay. Then social media, how social media complements traditional media, and those are the differences there. Okay, you know that. Traditional media, passive. Social media, active receivers. There is influentials, delighted, evangelists, if you don't understand those terms, okay? Audience data for social network, number of users, unique visitors, characteristic of these visitors, okay? And number of YouTube, Facebook visitors, over billion. Twitter, LinkedIn, hundreds of millions of users, okay? Performance measures, to social media, cost per action, cost per thousand, again, CPM, and cost per click, CPC. Okay? And measures for output of revenues, you can consider the users, fans, number of fans, share of voice, page views, visitors, unique visitors, average page view per visitor, and the interaction rate, click-through rate, fan source. These are the things you can measure to evaluate performance. Okay. Here's an example of Pinterest. Okay. Also, price comparisons, location-based, loyalty program. Okay. What is near field communication? Okay. And you should know all those terms. Then in chapter 20, we talk about the personal selling and sales management. Okay. The role of personal selling. Okay. The salespeople are the link. They are the companies, and they carry out marketing strategies. And you have to use something like business selling, business concept to investors. Personal selling, very, very important. Salespeople, their roles, their functions. Okay. And what is relationship selling? What is partnership selling? Okay. Do you know that? Who is an order taker? Okay. Order taker, inside order takers, order clerks, sales clerks, inbound telemarketing, etc. Okay. There's order getter. Okay, when order getter, what do they do? Right? Close sales, follow up, persuade customers, provide information, etc. And what is a missionary salespeople? Okay? What is a sales engineer? What is team selling? What is conference selling? What is seminar selling? A different type of selling situation, selling type of salespersons. Okay, this is a good example of the stages and objectives of personal selling. Make sure you understand the chart here, from prospecting, pre-approach, approach, presentation, close to follow-up. Okay, the objectives of each. Personal selling, the process. You start with the prospecting. Okay, what kind of prospect, type of prospect you can have? Lead prospect. What is a qualified prospect? What is cold canvassing? What's a cold calling? Okay, and then in pre-approach stage, okay, talking about methods, expectations, and when to make the contact. Then the approach, how do you establish rapport, and how do you use gestures, right, to approach? Then there's a stimulus response presentation, just suggestive selling, and also there's a canned sales presentation stage. And presentation formats, you can have the need satisfaction presentation, adaptive selling, or consultative selling. Make sure you know the difference here. Excuse me. Handling objections. How do you handle objections? Acknowledge and convert the objection. Postpone, agree and neutralize, accept it, deny it, or ignore it sometimes, okay? And companies want to solution to problems, so you need to think about putting customers into customer solutions. Okay? Design the to uniquely solve their problems, and implement it and ensure follow-up. The next stage in selling, close. How to close? Asking for order and the sales order. Trial close, assumptive close, and urgency close. You know what they mean, okay? Then follow up. Follow up, solidify the relationship, so you can have repeat sales, you can have referrals, okay? Sales plans, okay? What is output related? What's input related? Behaviorally related versus competition related, okay? How do you organize your sales force, your people? By geography, by customer they serve, by product they sell. Okay? And also, what is a key account management? Okay? And what is emotional intelligence? Okay? EQ, right? Emotional intelligence, empathy, social skills, manage your emotions, self-awareness, self-motivations, part of that. And Salesforce motivation compensation. How do you motivate them? How do you compensate them? Right? Do you pay them a straight salary, or a straight commission, or combination of two? Or what about non-monetary rewards? Remember that pink Cadillac I was talking about. Okay. Measuring results, you can have quantitative assessments, input related, output related. What is sales quota? Okay, sales quota. Okay. Then there's a behavior evaluation, subjective measures, or measure customer satisfaction. What is CRM? Definitely going to be in the test. Okay, what does CRM stand for? Okay. What exactly does CRM entails? What is SFA? Salesforce automation. What is included in Salesforce automation? Okay, customer service support. And then in chapter 21, we talk about the interactive and multi-channel marketing, right? We have creating customer values in digital marketplace, okay? And why is the possibility of creating customers value in digital marketplace is greatest because the place and time utility, possession utility, and form utility can all be increased or enhanced. Okay? And make sure you know what is interactive marketing, what is choice forward, what is collaborative filtering, okay? And then what's the personalization, what is the permission marketing, opt-in and opt-out. How do you reach, get consumers' consent in the online marketplace, okay? Market space. And website design elements. The 7 elements: context, commerce, connection, communication, customization, community, and content. And customer experience, total interactions customer has. And there's different components there. The typical of online consumers. You can look at yourself, okay? And what does convenience mean here, boss? What's the 8-second rule about, okay? And what's customization of the website, web page? What is the web communities? What is spam? What can spam act about? What is the buzz? What is the viral marketing? We should know all these concepts, terminologies, okay? And what is showrooming? What is dynamic pricing? Okay? What is a cookie? Cookies. What are cookies? And the behavior targeting. Okay? What is cross-channel consumer? What's a cross-channel consumer? What's meant by cross-channel consumer? They shop online, buy offline, right? Or they shop offline but buy online. Okay? There's a term called showrooming versus web rooming. I'm sure you understand those. Okay? This will be your test. Multi-channel marketing, basically blending the different communication and delivery channels, online, offline, shopping, delivering, etc. Okay? And then in chapter 22, the last chapter is we put them all together, everything together, all the things together, everything, all the chapters we have, 21 chapters we have covered, in this semester. And that's strategic marketing, okay? Marketing strategies. And things I want to pay attention to is what is share points, what's the resource allocation, okay? What do you mean by cannibalization, and the steps, the actions, strategic marketing process, and steps, and the importance of metrics in planning, okay? Marketing plan, right? Planning frameworks, okay? The output metrics versus input metrics. Output metrics measure effect results. Input metrics measure efforts, okay? And make sure understand the Michael Porter's framework, generic business strategies. What is the cost leadership strategy? What's the differentiation strategy? What's the cost focus strategy? And what is the differentiation focus strategy? Okay? And also, what is the market product concentration? What is the market specialization? What is the product specialization? What is the selective specialization? And what is the full coverage? Okay? Using market product, matrix. These are the guidelines for an effective marketing plan. Okay, look at it. And then marketing planning and strategy problems. Okay. You need to balance values in planning. Okay. And let me see. Okay, and what is a program champion? Okay, the concept of program champion. Okay. And what is the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, okay, or Vice President of Marketing? And how do you organize your company for marketing and organization for marketing. What is the product line groupings versus functional groupings versus geographical groupings versus market-based groupings? Okay. What is the category manager? Okay. The role of product manager, brand manager, category manager. Okay. And marketing dashboard, marketing ROI. I think that's all I have. So good luck in studying and reviewing and getting yourself ready for your final last test. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.